Hi Collective, welcome in. Welcome to the channel, Cosmic Divine Dreamer. So this is going to be a nightly reading that I'm doing for all of you on our 9/9 gateway portal, phase 2 of it. Our second gateway opened up on the 18th of September. It's a 9, 1 and 8 is 9, so this is a very powerful month as we have 3 portals and gateways that are integrating this energy to higher levels of consciousness, right? So massive downloads and awakenings, are underway. There's been a lot of spiritual attacks. A lot of entities and dark energies have been coming around trying to stop these integrations, right? But you need to know that the energy is still coming in, but certain things may need to be purged out, cleansed out for you to be able to receive. Right, we're also, I'm hearing on the precipice, which is very beautiful, of the Equinox gateway portal as well. So we have that coming on the 22nd. That's why September is a very, very powerful month. And it's like when that happens, it's going to be like Libra energy out into the globe. So justice is coming. I can't even tell you how strongly that I feel this. Literally, you could be noticing cycles closing out. As in, what are 9s about? 9s are about closing out cycles, about completions, but about near completion, right? Normally, you have to be aware that something is closing out, right? You have to feel that things are closing out. And then it's like when they've closed out is when you finally release them. It's when new things come in, right? Sometimes new opportunities, situations, and things like that. When those happen, you shift over. This is a big paradigm shift, right, to higher level, because higher levels of consciousness are obtained through the mind, right? So, when I talk about these portals and these gateways, they're higher levels within the mind. That is how you get to Christ consciousness, right? It's how you, it's within the mind. So, watching my reading alone can activate certain things within you, right? As you are connecting with me on this energetic frequency, different things, different cards that I'm feeling called to use, right? Some of them have sacred geometry in it. Sometimes some of the messages that I'm embodying, the energy, the frequency, sometimes I put certain frequencies on playing. The reading that I did earlier tonight, I had the Secret Keys to the Universe 369 frequency going, but that frequency is flipped, so it's 963. It's a very, very powerful frequency that you could listen to, right? That can help unlock certain things to higher level of consciousness for you. So maybe you need to find some time to meditate, spending some time in quiet so you can allow these things. You'll notice as you're integrating, it's like where you get those aha moments, those epiphanies, like things like click together for you, like all of a sudden you get higher level understanding. Just you start to see things more differently. You start to see through the illusions. Wow, it's very powerful. Healer of the Ages is coming out. You're starting to learn that you very much have control of your own reality. That this world is really but a mirrored reflection of your inner state. So as within, so without, you often hear your inner world, what you're feeling inside and what you're processing is a reflection outwardly. So if things are triggers for you, if things are being shown to you, it's showing it to you because that is how in fact you are being. And the fact that it's a trigger, you need to learn how to work with that. You need to learn how to temper that ego to not react to that. That's why you fully get in control of everything when you realize that you don't let those things trigger you. You keep that control over your own emotions. You don't react. You don't get explosive. You just sit with it. You look at this. You start to ask yourself, why am I being shown this? Right? So there's simple things like that. Nothing is ever unfair. It's a reflection of how you feel. So if it's unfair, change it. Why are you seeing it? Why are you experiencing that? You're experiencing it because you asked for it. Yes. Even if it's something terrible, awful, your worst fear. Fear persists. It comes at you to get you to not fear it. You're not supposed to have fear. You're not supposed to have all of those things. So you need to let them go. And then, all right, and if it's not you, Is it energy that you're embodying because you're surrounding yourself? Because, yeah, I said you're your own universe. I didn't say it in this one, but that's why you need to subscribe and keep up with my readings, because I'm kind of going off the one I went earlier. But yeah, I didn't disclose that. You're your own universe. You're your own God. You're one with Source Divine, and you are in control of your body and everything that's alive within it, right? What you put in it, that's how it reacts, right? The foods that you eat, to the things that you subject your mind to, the things that you listen to. If you're constantly around people that are talking negativity and toxicity, it's getting into your auric field, it's messing with you. If you're around people that are constantly using low vibrational words and you're even hearing them, it's like poison to you. It lowers your frequency down. Right? If you allow people to say bad things about you and don't stand up, and this is something I've been learning to do, is I used to think, oh, I'm just going to block them out because I'm not even going to give them light of day. I'm not even going to give them. Well, it's easy to do that to strangers. Somebody name calling me like, I'm sending you love and light. Like, I'm not going to let your words destroy my energy or even give you any bit of my time, energy, or attention, or even acknowledge that. But the thing is when you keep your vibrational high, you stop attracting things like that. Unless there's certain triggers, but once you overcome them, they're not going to keep coming at triggering you. But what I'm getting at is, for some of you, it's like family members, friends, your own children, right? Those are the ones that you tend to surround yourself with more, and it's not as easy to walk away. I started shutting the door out on my daughter, and then it caused a whole bunch of wounds of her thinking that she was unlovable, and I didn't care about her, all because I was finally got into a relationship with my counterpart and was so excited about my spiritual advancement and my journey, and I was literally locking myself in the bedroom and going through dark night of the soul and trying to get myself ready for him. Little did I know, I highly advanced and got myself ready thinking it would trigger him, and 2 years later, no, it did not. Now we're separated because we're out of alignment. So yeah, things don't always go as planned, but you know what? That's why there's these divinely guided separations, and you have to know that even if somebody's being talked to, they're pulling you down. And that's how I knew that he was holding me back from my mission, and that even though he's my twin, right? But I was absorbing a lot of his energy and hearing the toxicities. And no, you are what you surround yourself with. Like, if I'm wanting to advance and build an empire, but I'm around a bunch of low vibrational people that are in a fear and lack and worry and very low vibrational setting, how am I supposed to advance over here? That's why sometimes literally you do have to walk away from your family, your friends. If they're holding you back, if they're toxic, do you want to have a good life? Are you living it for you? These are decisions that you need to make. That's why the most important person is you, and you need to live life for you, because that is what is affecting your experience. And for a lot of you, you're realizing that. You're starting to gain your sovereignty and your power, and you're starting to distance yourself from people and situations so you can advance further. So the healer of the ages is here. This is somebody that fully has control of their power. They're realizing that they are ultimately the alchemist. This is somebody that is enlightened. Look at the gold radiating. Realizing that you are one with God. God, divine source. You are source energy. You're living an experience for God. God is experiencing life through you. So stop distancing yourself. When you pray away to God, when you... I get it, the religion and everything to get people to follow the right ways, and that's how they were able to control you a little bit, because they have in there, you pray away and you worship away. Then you create an ego. Then you create a separation from yourself to God. That's one of the lowest vibrations that lowers you down and diminishes your power and stops you from being in control of your own reality. That's how they got you to conform to this matrix, thinking that money, yeah, I get it, this world's ran in a 3D matrix by money, but did you know that money is a frequency? Did you know that you can manifest money coming to you from all ways without even having to work, because it's a frequency? Subscribe to my channel if you want to find out more of this. So I'm one of the earth angels here. Not coming here because I had to prove myself. I've already lived every life that. I've descended down to help you break through. But see, you have to find the way. You have to want to. These portals and these activations and these gateways are very, very powerful for those that are seeking spiritual advancement. The ones that want to shut it out, the ones that want to live in fear and worry, you're not going to figure it out. You're holding on to devilish energy. If you want to be a gossiper, you want to talk about other people, you want to hold on to the spirit of envy, the spirit of jealousy, you want to hold on to that dark energy, you want to talk about people's downfalls, you want to talk about that low vibrational energy, then that's all you're going to be. Have a fun life. Maybe you wanted to be here in low vibration. Wow. I shouldn't say it like that, because that's where we're here trying to flip people. Because a lot of times you don't even realize that it's an entity that you're embodying that's making you feel that way. Are you showering every day? Are you cleansing yourself? Because water is the most cleansing source that we have on this planet opposed to the sun. It refreshes you, it rejuvenates you, it gets all that toxicity, parasitic things out of your body. So if you feel as though you can't shower, it's because really you have a bunch of parasites running through your body that are blocking your abundance, joy, that are sucking the life force out of you. I hate to say it dark like that, but somebody needs to hear that. So yeah, water is very, very cleansing. That's why some people feel to take multiple, I can't tell you, sometimes I feel to take multiple baths from the amount of energy that I embody because of the filth that I've surrounded myself with. But see, I've chosen to embody and to come into some very, very dark places because I'm also a grid worker. I work on the grid, so I'm healing out a lot of trauma that's within our planet, within certain areas and locations. So it's really important to cleanse your energy and let go of attachments, because people will host on these attachments. If you've ever noticed those people that are like joy killers, you know, you have something exciting and you go to tell them about it and they like steal the joy from you and things like that. Those people are embodying entities. You need to stay away from them. You really need to learn that if you want to have, like, you got to distance yourself. And it's one of those things where you were always supposed to have that love for yourself. And the darkness has gotten out of control. And a lot of the darkness, you know, and the blockages and the things like that, because this really is a battle between alien races. It really is, because so many of us. Mystical Martian, I did a very, very beautiful beautiful reading with that. Because people don't understand. If you've ever seen the Truman Show, the movie, or if you think of like Men in Black, everybody's seen that, right? How you can zoom in on TV. Like literally, that's how it is, but flip it. No, wait, no, it really does show you how we can zoom in on where the aliens are. Now flip it. That is what they do. Earth here is, we're the youngest civilization. We're a whole bunch of mix of all of the galactical beings and hybrids here living here. And they literally, all the galactic beings are watching us and how we interact with each other and different things. It really is, and that's what I mean. Like, it really is holographic. You really are. Everybody thinks that, like, oh, I'm so. This is literally your body, your avatar, which is literally a projection. That's why everything that is around you is literally a projection. Everything is energy. It really is. You really only see everything is only real as far as you can see. Everything is only real in the present moment. As you're moving about and you're moving your avatar and you're connecting with other people, it's like you're creating your level, you're creating your life. For some of you, I've completely lost you. For others of you, because of this being a portal day and a higher level of ascension, it may actually make sense to you. Maybe you should listen to the secrets of the universe. It's all about frequency. That's why the true way to manifestation is you want to feel it. That is how you bring it up, because in an alternate reality, you bring it to you. You manifest whatever you want by thinking it and creating it. And you put the thoughts out there so it can be created, so it can come to you. It's all about frequency. Raise your frequency and vibration and know that ultimately there are these beings that wanted to enslave Earth, that wanted to run this Earth plane into a big... They wanted to harvest energy, and they wanted to turn it into a workforce planet, and they wanted to steal everybody's power and and destroy planets like some of the other planets that have been destroyed. No. How about well, we've already screwed it up. That's why as light workers, starseeds, earth angels are here with the original blueprints, and we're here fixing. All the ones that were in the very beginning are here, and now we hold the blueprints from within, and we are resetting Earth. So this is where we're starting to awaken everybody. But it's only for those that want to do the work, that want to awaken, right? So, eliminate blockages, get outside, get some fresh air. Know that Mother Gaia is very much alive. Very much alive. So be, you know, when you're walking around on her, are you throwing trash on the ground? Me crazy. Me and my son, my star children, we were out walking the other night, and we seen a beautiful frog sitting there, and I feel like I need to share the story, right? Because it's very beautiful. I shared it in other readings, so guys might have already heard it, but because we're coming around Halloween time. So anyway, we've seen this beautiful frog just looking at us, and then we had noticed this netting that was in the grass, so we went up in the yard and got the netting out of there because we didn't want the frog to get caught in the netting. And it got me thinking about, you know, like Halloween coming and all the decorations and everything. Like, you guys need to be really careful if you're one that puts up decorations, or maybe you have a neighbor or whatever that sees them. Like, I get it, people put up those decorations, right? Get excited for Halloween, but don't go put that fake spider webs and those nets and everything up in your yard days before Halloween and all of that. You know how many animals get trapped and stuck and die, you know, due to those false things? Like, you're messing with their environment, their homes, right? And it's not to mention like the trash and things like that. Like, I can't tell you how many times I pick up trash bags that I see. Do you know how many animals get hooked on those things? It's so awful. It's so awful. Just like every single time, like, you don't think it's known and seen in every single thing that you do. Like, if you walk next to trash and you don't pick it up, like, whether it's your trash or not, the fact that you looked at it, that was like their way of showing you, like, acknowledge this trash. What are you going to do with it? You don't even know, when you start respecting our planet, how much it's going to respond better to you. Are you one that's throwing trash? Maybe thinking. So, major change. Wow, I didn't know. I had no idea how this is going to go. But this is definitely like, I don't know, it was just like, I've always known this, but it was like, I was always like, I gotta keep it secret, like, people aren't gonna understand it. And then I've just advanced so far that and reached such levels of consciousness that I'm like, you know what, like, literally, I just gotta start putting this stuff out there. For those of you that can follow it, great. If not, you're not there yet, and that's okay, because there's other levels, you know. Like, of course, I didn't get it right away. When I was first told this, I was like, what, are you kidding me? Like, I didn't get, I shared on my Facebook today where Jim Carrey had revealed a video, which showed you that he had figured it out, and the way that he had put out there clear as day. And I remember hearing it, I don't know how long ago this video, it obviously got resurfaced. So if you want to check it out, go to my Facebook. That's why I have my Facebook, you know, open. It's down below in the description box. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick to tell you guys.
Because life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. I used to believe that who I was ended at the edge of my skin. That I had been given this little vehicle called a body.
These inspiring lessons from Jim Carrey will change your life.
Everything outside the vehicle was part of me too. Our eyes are not viewers. They are also projectors that are running a second story over the picture that we see in front of us all the time. Fear is writing that script, and the working title is I'll Never Be Enough. Now, fear is going to be a player in your life. But you get to decide how much. You can spend your whole life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all there will ever be is what's happening here, in the decisions we make in this moment, which are based in either love or fear. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm saying, I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it. My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe that that was possible for him. And so he made a conservative choice. Instead, he got a safe job as an accountant. And when I was 12 years old, he was let go from that safe job. And our family had to do whatever we could to survive. I learned many great lessons from my father, not the least of which was that you can fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance on doing what you love. My father used to brag that I wasn't a ham, I was the whole pig. And he treated my talent as if it was his second chance. When I was about 28, after a decade as a professional comedian, I realized one night in LA that the purpose of my life had always been to free people from concern. How will you serve the world? What do they need that your talent can provide? That's all you have to figure out. As someone who's done what you're about to go and do, I can tell you from experience, the effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. Because everything you gain in life will rot and fall apart, and all that will be left of you is what was in your heart. My choosing to free people My choosing to free people from concern got me to the top of a mountain. Look where I am. Look what I get to do. I am at the top of the mountain, and I was, and the only one I hadn't freed was myself. And that's when my search for identity deepened. I wondered who I'd be without my fame. Your need for acceptance can make you invisible in this world. Don't let anything stand in the way of the light that shines through this form. Risk being seen in all of your glory. I've often said that I wished people could realize all their dreams and wealth and fame, and so that they could see that it's not where you're going to find your sense of completion. Like many of you, I was concerned about going out into the world and doing something bigger than myself, until someone smarter than myself made me realize that there is nothing bigger than myself. When I say life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you, I really don't know if that's true. I'm just making a conscious choice to perceive challenges as something beneficial so that I can deal with them in the most productive way. So, I just want you to relax. You know, that's my job.
See, and to have fun and enjoy this life that you have. We are all supposed to be unique and going after what excites us, where our passions lie. Your inner child is really your higher self. That is what you're supposed to be following this entire time. Not conforming to this matrix and this society and making them feel as though you have to be a part of this workforce. That's why the ones that are often the black sheeps are the ones that break the matrix, are the ones that find the way. Because when you're living in authenticity, everything just magnetizes and it works for you. You start to realize that the universe responds to you. It's your vibrational frequency. So if you're not doing something that you love, if you're not surrounded by beautiful people and things like that, you're not thriving, you're not living, you're not loving the life that you are here creating. That's why you reach this totally epic level of awesomeness when you stop caring what people think, because you don't have an ego anymore, because you realize that this is your life. You're all that matters. Your life is but a mirror, reflection, a projection of everything that you want. So 2233, I see clear as day as I say that. That's what I mean. All of these things have been out here, all these little things, and I know I've heard this clip before, and I know it touched me when I heard it, because we admire that man, because he's a genius. So many times that it's the healing that you do, whatever unique talent and skill and ability that you have, it's the passion that people feel that they fall in love with, right? And just like, we all have, these unique talent, skills, and abilities, but we're all too afraid to show them and do them and pursue them. Imagine if everybody in this world was just creating whatever ideas they had, whatever they wanted to do, whatever. There was no restriction. You didn't have to pick something for a certain amount of money or you know what I mean? Like, everybody just got to do their own different creative pursuit. There was no such thing as jealousy or literally how unique and special. To me, it would be like, oh my gosh, it would be such an epic place of just magic. There'd be so much stuff. That's why I love the tarot community and watching everybody do tarot, and it's it's so beautiful, the different ways that people will incorporate and use to the messages. Because you guys think we're just looking at pictures. I mean, we are. There is a guidebook normally for a lot of the decks, which gives you the creator's interpretation. But if you really watch tarot, we go intuitively off of what we feel. That's why we have so many decks. So, when you find a real spiritualist, they have so many, because I have to keep collecting, because each deck has its own unique personality, and it talks to me, and I use it, and I'll be guided to certain decks for certain cards, and I'll interpret them ways that nobody else may ever see them. And then the configuration of everybody's got their own, and it's so unique, and it's so fun to watch people, right? And I'm just using that as an example, right? That's why do you think we fall in love with you know, TikTok and all of this stuff, watching everybody. As I remember, like, at first I was against it because of technology, but I was like, no, I fully can't be against it because technology is amazing. It has allowed us to connect on the spiritual community levels. You know, we've been learning how to use this technology and to kind of reclaim our power. But it's just like, yeah, with the TikToks, like, I know they're kind of poisoning, like, you will get sucked into it and stuff because of the dopamine hits and everything like that happens with certain things. And especially, like, if you're depressed, I know a lot of times you'll get drawn to it. But then if you see depression, because they're trying to fill the stuff and, like, the news feeds and all of that stuff with fear and phobia to lower your vibration. But if everything was only high vibrational, could you imagine, like, anyway, like, I get that. I love seeing people just being their true authentic self, you know, and not putting a cap on, not worrying about what people think. That is where you have an ego. Like, when you look in the mirror and you're getting yourself ready for the day, are you doing that for you, or are you doing it for how you're going to be looking for yourself for the outer world, for how other people view you? That's how you know if you have, like, an ego or not. Like, you should be able to go out into the world, like, messy hair, don't care. You should be able to go out in raggedy clothes, wear whatever. You shouldn't. That is when you know that you've reached a totally, like, amazing level of awesomeness and authenticity. You know that you have a control over your emotions and feelings. You're not going to let somebody else trigger you. That is when it's just like the universe just starts being so magical and responding, and you're really living your true authentic self, and you're in true happiness and bliss, and you've created heaven on earth. And that is what we're all going to be doing here. We are reclaiming our power. We're starting to awaken to all of this. So this is what more and more of my readings are going to be. This one was much more put together than some of the other ones that I've been working on. So thank you, Source, for that. Because sometimes some of this energy comes through so intense, it's hard for me to integrate at times. To give channeled messages through the frequencies. But anyway, that's what I had for this one. See, I can do reading without any cards, but I thought it was fun to just show you some of the energy cards that were coming out within that cute little reading, right? I've got so many Empower decks, like, I haven't even been seeing, but there's been a lot of chaos and a lot of things, because, you know, it's just like destabilization. A lot of it's happening as we're integrating, right? So it's like all this dark, dense energy. It's like we're steering the demons, right? So all of this is kind of destabilizing, right? As integrations are happening, but ultimately just use those as tests, use those as leveling up, you know? Use them as obstacles and things like that, because everything you learn from it. So if you can learn from these things, it's like, to me, it's like when I run into challenges, I run into things that happen, then it's always like, all right, how am I going to overcome this? How am I going to level up? Can I level up faster? What am I going to do? And then now I know that I get to use that to help somebody else, because in fact, I'm a healer. And how a healer truly heals is they heal themselves, and they're able to share their experience with somebody else that's going through that, because ultimately you have to heal yourself, because you're the one creating that experience for yourself. Right? Alright, guys, that's the reading I had for you. Love and light to all of you. Check out more of my readings. Bye, guys.